YouTube. What's up, nerds? It's your boy, the OG GM, that mythical presence, broadcasting live from a small island off the coast of Costa Rica, affectionately referred to as Sight B. It is I, me, the face that runs the place, the OG GM, bringing you another batch of tabletop role-playing game Monday morning. This is your favorite part of the week because I know it's mine. Bundles. That's right. Another collection of freebies, sales, and charity bundles of role-playing related stuff and stuff. Yeah. This week is pretty weird. A lot of possibly things that could be considered political, controversial, whatever you want to call it, because Pride, I guess. I don't know. Other than that, we have our usual selection of stuff, which means, bam, number one, these are PDFs unless I specifically say otherwise, so don't send me an email saying you didn't get dice from the PDF. Bam, two, because these are PDFs and digital products, before you install anything, please check them for malware, spyware, viruses, stuff like that. And bam, three, the one that's probably going to get me in trouble in regards to these charities. Maybe just give the money directly to a charity that you want to support instead of dealing through a middleman. I mean, sometimes the bundles are worth it, but generally I think it's better just to, if you want to support a charity like Primetime Sports Camps here in Southern California, do so. If you want to get a collection of games from a specific creator like Troll Lords, just go to their site because, you know, they're usually running sales. In fact, they're running a sale, so we'll probably mention it. Yeah. Okay. Starting off with this week's freebies. And as I said, it's pretty weird this week. Is my microphone not working? Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Okay, so right off, you can see we have this picture of California. Somebody has made a Star Trek Lower Decks campaign book for Star Trek Adventures, the 2D20 Star Trek themed nonsense from our friends over in Modifius. Are you familiar with Lower Decks? It is an animated Star Trek cartoon set in the Star Trek universe. It is sort of like, you know, similar to like Rick and Morty or, you know, kind of stuff. It's self-referential, parodies. It takes place after Voyager because Janeway shows up. But apparently it's picked up steam and is actually telling some pretty decent Star Trek stories. It all, you know, the whole idea is it deals with characters who you never see in the show, you know, the other guys. So this guy doesn't say what's the gentleman's name, but it is a collection of Star Trek themed adventures set around the Lower Decks premise. I have put a link in the description, but doesn't say who made it. PJ Coffee brings us a new dip into the West March style of playing, this time for 5e. He's coming up with simplified encumbrance for 5e in a West March style role-playing game. Anybody still use encumbrance in 5e? I never did. I suppose it's still important. I mean, some people I'm sure do. Anyways, this guy's made a free system to help maybe do better encumbrance for people who can't do math. So, you know, if you're not smart enough to figure out your own Excel sheet, this guy's done it for you. Mike Shea over at Sly Furish is continuing with his Lazy DM product line. He's got a new document called the Lazy GM's Resource Document, which is basically a collection of all the articles he's done so far under the Sly Furish webpage under the Lazy DM heading. So this is a pretty good one. It's over at Drive-Thru and it's free. And then Even Diaz has done another one similar to that, called Streamlining Your 5e Games, because apparently 5e isn't streamlined enough, according to this guy. So he's come up with a whole bunch of new stuff for bookkeeping and stuff like that in 5e. I mean, I guess because of the action economy, 5e can become bookkeeping. You know, 5e has its sweet spots, 3, 5, and 8. Where the character really has that just chunk of ants of improvements, and then there's almost like total changes. So I guess, you know, ways to streamline some of that 5e math, especially at higher levels, could be helpful. Here's some love for Savage Worlds from Pierce Williams. He's got something coming out called Savage Courts, a courtroom simulator. Because, yeah, that's, I mean, there's those anime / video games about, like, that attorney guy. But would you really want to play in a Savage World game where you play either a prosecutor or defense rolling off against each other to, do it sounds more like a board game, dude, than a Savage Worlds game. But hey, thanks for giving Savage Worlds some love. Justin Regan has released a thrilling space adventure for the Genesis system called The Hunt for Ivory Jack. We've got something from the Explorers Guild called One Page Adventures Creeping Fungus for various D20 type games. Galactic Funk has brought us a pair of resources called D100 Traps and D100 Island Encounters, which is a free collection of traps and island encounters, all on 100, scale. Of course, there's hundreds of websites that do the exact same thing. I'm drinking soda because the bubbles help my tummy, which is upset. You don't care. We've got something from Amiga Games. No, not the old video game group, but apparently a new one that managed to grab the name Amiga because I guess that copyright was expired, and somebody was like, hey, Amigas, maybe they'll associate us with all the video games. Anyways, this is called Cultural Priming, and it deals with, new cultures and how to address those issues in the role-playing game community, because we all know that's an issue. Oh, it's not. Moving on over to DM's Guild for our usual collection of freebies. We've got a bag of enchanted cookies magic item that is made for us. So if you've ever wanted to give your players yet another new bag and you're tired of just handing out a bag of tricks or a bag of holding, here's a new one. We've also got the stats for a hat mimic, because that's a separate from a normal mimic. We've got something called an optional rules system called Stat Perks for older versions of D&D that gives you individual abilities for each stat. So if you've got a strength of 14, you might be able to pick up some new perks for that one. And yeah, just so basically it's a great way to make characters even more powerful by giving them special abilities when they unlock stat things. Because, at every even stat, you get a bonus, 12 to whatever, you get +1, 18, you get +4. But the odd stats, oh, they don't get anything. So now they should get something too, right? Yeah. We've got a guinea pig race now available for 5e. So if you don't feel the collection of unusual races is large enough for 5e, you can now play a guinea pig. Now, I don't know if this is an anthropomorphized guinea pig, like, the Luxodon or anthropomorphized elephants, or if you're actually playing a actual guinea pig. We also have added a goblin kin races, which are half goblins for 5e. This is, again, found over at DM's Guild. Speaking of DM's Guild, there's a rumor that might be shutting down. We'll address that in the separate news. We've got some rules for a dinner party followed by a dance. Technically, this is an expansion of the Ravenloft Curse of Strahd adventure line, because, Curse of Strahd takes place in a very gothic romance, Transylvania vampire. And if you're going to have a big vampire, you need a spooky dance scene. So this guy has come up with rules for a dinner scene followed by a dance scene, as played out through mini games of skills to, role play your character eating and then dancing with a partner. Because, yeah. We've got a new patron called the Spirit Patron for the Warlock class at GM's Guild. We've got a wizard that can now do bending, similar to like air bending in Avatar, called College of Elements. We've got the subclass called the College of Rock for Bard. which has been done, I think, several times already, but this guy has done it yet another one. And we've got a new elf race called Kringle Folk, which are basically the Christmas elves from all the Rankin Bass cartoons, like, Rudolph and stuff. This guy has made a DM race for them. And we've got an ocean-based race called Sharkkin and Deep Sea Sharkkin. So now you can play the campaign where you've got your shark character and your guinea pig character, and the shark spends the entire campaign trying to eat the guinea pig. Because, or to be different, maybe the guinea pig spends the entire campaign trying to eat the shark. I don't know. So these are all available at DM's Guild or Drive-Thru. If you don't know how to find them, just go on over to Drive-Thru RPG or DM's Guild RPG. And on the, on my side, it'll be on the left-hand side, you'll see a bar with the names of all the companies that have product on. And at the bottom, you'll see a button that says free. Press that, and you'll find all of these. Moving on to sales, we have a Queer Games Bundle sale from Itchy.io, the company that called me a racist Nazi, by several LGBTQ creators, because, it's Pride, so we have to make our token representation about Pride. Itchy.io, if you did this all year long and donated some of the money you collect from these bundles to actual LGBTQ charities, I might take you more seriously. But, when you call somebody who is LGBTQ a Nazi, homophobic, racist, it's hard to take you seriously as somebody who actually supports the idea of inclusion. Because, I'm LGBT, and yet I'm also a racist. Anyways, $60 is the bundle, and you get a whole bunch of stuff that are basically just ripoffs of Thirsty Sword Lesbian and other magical girl type games, because that's apparently the only thing people making LGBTQ themed role-playing games about can think of. Let's do another version of She-Ra. I wonder if the creators of She-Ra knew that this would be as big as a thing as when they started making it. As another company, we've got Evil Hat Games, who are also celebrating Pride Month by adding new stuff to their Lovers and Lesbians role-playing game, and a brand new game they've coming out called Apocalypse Keys. So it's 50% off everything on the Evil Hat Games. Evil Hat Games, another company who has been accused of causing some controversy by suddenly jumping on the pro-LGBT bandwagon and verbally harassing and attacking anybody who thinks otherwise. And my response to that is, well, if they don't want your money, I do. Modifius is licensed to the Conan 2D20 license. Modifius is licensed to the Conan 2D20 license. Brain. Modifius currently holds the license to the Conan IP and have been making several role-playing games using their exclusive 2D20 system, but they're going to lose that franchise as it has been sold to a brand new company. So you have a chance to pick up every single solitary Conan 2D20 title PDF on Drive-Thru for a total about $30. Obviously, if you want the hardbacks, it's going to cost more because you have to POD. But if you want the PDFs of every single 2D20 Conan adventure, and there's like 18, I want to say, plus the core rule books, you can get them all in a bundle for about $30 to get each one individually, and they range anywhere from like $1 to $9 PDF wise. So this is probably the highlight of the week. From Animacy Press, we have a collection of 20 new backgrounds called collectively the Mage Right backgrounds. I don't know if this is any relations to the Mage Right Mage Knight run of figures that WizKids did, but okay. It's brand new stuff for 5e for $20. That seems to be a little pricey for 20 backgrounds. That's $1 a background. I could also go to Drive-Thru or DM's Guild and get bundles of backgrounds for free. So these better be really pretty awesome bundles of backgrounds, sir, if you expect me to pay this $20 for them. And we've got another rock thing. We've got the Monsters of Rock bundle, which features 100 heavy metal monster themed feats and heavy metal themed monsters, like the We're Not Gonna Take It Taker and the Holy Diver. Okay, I'm making those up, but who knows? Anyways, it's basically a whole bunch of monsters and a whole bunch of feats for monsters, all themed poorly over either band names or music things for $5. I know about once a year, twice a year, somebody tries to make an adventure based upon a rock song or a rock album or a rock band. I remember playing through at least 4 different ones over throughout my life. Never work. They never work. But hey, maybe this guy succeeded where others failed. We've got some love for Ravenloft. We've got a Ravenloft bundle for sale for $18. This comes to us from just Ravenloft. It's called the Grimm Fairy Tale Bundle and collects a bunch of different adventures that have been written for Ravenloft with a Grimm fairy tale type of thing. One of the adventures is called The House That Jack Built. So, yeah. Charity bundles, various charity bundles. As always, in regards to charity bundles, maybe just give your money directly to the charity, unless the bundle really has something I think is worth it, which I'll usually post a link to if I do. Okay, so we've got a bundle from Big Bad Con. These bundles are $25 each. There's 2 of them. Each bundle features about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 games. I guess these games are examples of games that are going to be run at Big Bad Con. Let's check. Nope. Nope. Okay. No clue. But it's a collection of adventures, and for some reason it's called Big Bad Con Bundle 1 and Big Bad Con Bundle 2. Each bundle contains a random selection of games for $25. All the proceeds go to Big Bad Con. So yes, the money is going to Big Bad Con. What is that? I don't know. It doesn't say, but I guess it's a con somewhere on the planet, probably in America, but I could be wrong. Bundle of Holding has a collection for the role-playing game Lex Arcana. This is a historical alt history Roman Empire fantasy game. God, I can't remember the last time I saw that one mentioned. At least 2 years ago, they were trying to restart this. It's another one of those games that is sort of always just sort of floated around in the tail end of the role-playing game shelf, and people are like, I like that idea, but I could do the same thing in the system I'm currently using. Anyways, this is a collection of everything that's ever been written for Lex Arcana. It's $18. It's direct relief, which means it goes to the charity of your choice. There are 2 bundles from Goodman Games for the DCC Lankmar collection. We have the Lankmar collection starting collection, which features all the DCC conversions of the Lankmar core rules and World of Lankmar stuff from Fritz Liebers. It's $15. It goes to support food banks in the area. And yeah, DCC is my favorite third-party OGL D20 game. I love running it. I love playing it. It's just so awesome. I got to play DCC on Saturday, and here you can get a collection of all the Lankmar theme, the famous Lankmar series from Fritz Lieber. And then we have the second one, which is every adventure that has been written, including some brand new ones never seen before. Again, for Lankmar, this one is $18. So for $15, you get the cores, and then for $18 more, you get the adventure. Then we've got a how to make role-playing games bundle over at Humble Bumble. This is $18. It goes to support literacy campaigns, and it consists of several dozen references and tabletop gaming guide, rules that every DM need to live by, ultimate RPG guide, a dictionary of made-up languages, stuff like that. So just various culture ideas, stuff like that, if you need some help designing a role-playing game. $18 gets you everything in the bundle, and it goes to support world literacy charities. And that's it for this month. Obviously, my highlights would be the Lankmar collection and the 2D20 Conan collection. But don't listen to me. Make up your own mind. These bundles can always be found on Drive-Thru or DM's Guild over on the side. There's a screen, and then right here on the side, you'll see a little thing, and it'll list like all the companies like A, B, blah, 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 blah. And you go to the bottom, it says free. You click that, you'll see each title that I said. And the specific ones I supported are linked down below. But don't listen to me. Make up your own mind for what PDFs you might want to pick up this week. That's it for this week's collection of PDFs. I hope you appreciate the fact that I do this for you guys every week. If you do, subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Tell your friends. Help me hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. We'll be back shortly. See ya. Drive careful. It's raining.